Positive psychology represents a fundamental shift in psychological science. Rather than focusing solely on mental illness and dysfunction, this field examines what makes life worth living and how individuals and communities can flourish. Positive psychology is defined as the scientific study of what makes life worth living. It focuses on human strengths, virtues, and the conditions that contribute to optimal functioning and flourishing. This field represents a significant paradigm shift. Traditional psychology has historically focused on mental illness, dysfunction, and pathology. Positive psychology, while not dismissing these important areas, emphasizes well-being, human strengths, and the conditions that enable individuals to flourish. Positive psychology encompasses several core focus areas. It examines positive emotions and experiences, character strengths and virtues, and the institutions that enable both individuals and communities to flourish. The field also investigates meaning, life satisfaction, resilience, and personal growth. A fundamental component of positive psychology is the study of character strengths and virtues. Research has identified 6 core virtues that appear across cultures and throughout history: wisdom and knowledge, courage, humanity, justice, temperance, and transcendence. Each virtue encompasses specific character strengths that contribute to human flourishing. Positive psychology acknowledges the full spectrum of human emotions. While recognizing that both comfortable and uncomfortable emotions serve important functions, the field focuses on understanding and cultivating positive emotions, building emotional resilience, and promoting overall emotional well-being as components of a fulfilling life. In summary, positive psychology provides a comprehensive scientific framework for understanding human flourishing and the diverse factors that contribute to a meaningful, satisfying life. This foundation sets the stage for exploring the field's historical development and core principles. To understand positive psychology's significance, we must first examine the historical context from which it emerged and explore its foundational principles. For most of the 20th century, psychology was predominantly focused on mental illness, psychological disorders, and human dysfunction. This disease model approach concentrated on identifying, diagnosing, and treating what was wrong with people. In the late 20th century, psychologists began to recognize significant limitations in this approach. While treating mental illness was important, psychology had neglected the study of what makes life worth living and what enables humans to flourish. Positive psychology builds upon earlier humanistic approaches developed by psychologists such as Abraham Maslow and Carl Rogers. These pioneers emphasized human potential, self-actualization, and the importance of subjective experience in understanding psychological well-being. Positive psychology is founded on several core principles that distinguish it from traditional approaches. Rather than focusing solely on repairing damage, it emphasizes building positive qualities and strengths in individuals and communities. These core principles are systematically organized in the PERMA model, developed by Martin Seligman. PERMA represents 5 essential elements of psychological well-being: positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishment. Health has been added more recently, creating the PERMA-H framework. This model provides a comprehensive framework for understanding and measuring human flourishing, moving beyond the absence of mental illness to actively promote psychological well-being and life satisfaction. The PERMA model, developed by Martin Seligman, provides a comprehensive framework for understanding well-being and human flourishing. This model identifies 5 essential elements that contribute to a meaningful and fulfilling life. Each letter in PERMA represents a fundamental component of psychological well-being. Later, health was added to create the PERMA-H model, recognizing the crucial role of physical and mental health in overall well-being. The first component, positive emotions, involves cultivating feelings of joy, gratitude, contentment, and optimism. These emotions broaden our awareness and build psychological resources that enhance resilience and creativity. Engagement refers to the psychological state of flow, where individuals become fully absorbed in activities that challenge their skills. This deep immersion leads to optimal performance and intrinsic motivation. Relationships emphasize the fundamental human need for social connection and belonging. Strong, supportive relationships are among the most reliable predictors of happiness and life satisfaction. Meaning involves having a sense of purpose and connection to something larger than oneself. This component addresses the human need for significance and the pursuit of goals that transcend personal interests. Accomplishment focuses on achieving goals and experiencing a sense of mastery and success. This component recognizes the importance of pursuing excellence and reaching personal milestones. Health, the newest addition to the model, encompasses both physical and mental well-being. This component recognizes that optimal functioning requires attention to bodily health, mental clarity, and overall vitality. The PERMA-H model provides a comprehensive framework for understanding and cultivating well-being. By focusing on these 6 interconnected elements, individuals can develop a more balanced and fulfilling approach to life that promotes both personal growth and psychological flourishing. Recent developments in positive psychology have transformed the field significantly since the early 2000s. We will examine 4 major areas of advancement that are shaping the future of this discipline. Since its formal establishment in the early 2000s, positive psychology has experienced remarkable growth. The field has expanded from a small academic movement to a global discipline with thousands of research publications, dedicated journals, and widespread practical applications across multiple sectors. One of the most significant recent developments is the integration of neuroscience into positive psychology research. Advanced brain imaging techniques now allow researchers to observe the neural mechanisms underlying positive emotions, resilience, and well-being in real time. Another crucial advancement is the growing emphasis on cultural and contextual perspectives in positive psychology. Researchers now recognize that well-being concepts vary significantly across cultures, leading to more inclusive and culturally sensitive approaches to understanding human flourishing. Finally, technology integration represents a revolutionary development in positive psychology. Artificial intelligence and virtual reality are transforming how interventions are delivered, making them more accessible, personalized, and scalable than ever before. These 4 developments, exponential field growth, neuroscience integration, cultural inclusivity, and technological innovation, represent the cutting edge of positive psychology research and practice, positioning the field for continued expansion and impact in the coming decades. Positive psychology interventions, or PPIs, represent evidence-based practices specifically designed to enhance psychological well-being and reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. These interventions are grounded in scientific research and focus on cultivating positive emotions, building character strengths, and fostering meaningful engagement with life activities. Gratitude exercises are among the most widely researched and effective positive psychology interventions. These practices involve systematically acknowledging and appreciating positive aspects of life. Mindfulness-based interventions help individuals develop present moment awareness and acceptance. These practices have shown significant effectiveness in reducing stress and enhancing emotional regulation. Strength-based interventions focus on identifying and utilizing individual character strengths. Research shows that using signature strengths in new ways significantly increases happiness and life satisfaction. Positive psychology interventions are now implemented across diverse settings, from clinical practice to educational institutions, corporate environments, and digital platforms, making well-being enhancement accessible to broad populations. The future of positive psychology is characterized by several transformative trends that are reshaping how we understand and apply psychological principles in diverse contexts. One of the most significant trends is the expansion of interdisciplinary collaboration. Positive psychology is increasingly integrating with neuroscience to explore the neural mechanisms behind well-being and resilience. This collaboration extends to public health initiatives, where positive psychology principles are being applied to promote community well-being and prevent mental health issues at a population level. Psychology education programs are placing unprecedented emphasis on mental health and wellness. This shift reflects a growing recognition of the importance of self-care and well-being in professional practice. Cultural competence has become a cornerstone of modern psychology education. Programs now emphasize the importance of understanding diverse cultural perspectives and adapting interventions accordingly. Virtual reality and artificial intelligence are revolutionizing therapeutic practices and psychological assessments. These technologies offer new possibilities for immersive therapy experiences and personalized interventions. Environmental psychology and sustainability have emerged as critical areas of focus. There's growing recognition of the connection between environmental well-being and human psychological health. These trends collectively point toward a more integrated, technology-enhanced, and culturally sensitive future for positive psychology, promising broader impact and more effective interventions across diverse populations and contexts. Positive psychology has demonstrated significant real-world impact through various evidence-based programs and interventions. We will examine several notable case studies that showcase the practical applications of positive psychology principles across different domains. The Penn Resiliency Program represents one of the most extensively researched applications of positive psychology in educational settings. This evidence-based intervention was developed to enhance students' resilience and problem-solving capabilities. Positive psychology has revolutionized sports performance by focusing on athletes' mental strengths rather than weaknesses. Research demonstrates that positive psychology interventions significantly enhance athletic confidence, focus, and overall well-being. Positive psychology principles have been successfully integrated into addiction recovery programs. The stages of change model, combined with positive psychology interventions, provides a comprehensive framework for sustainable recovery and personal growth. The military has extensively adopted positive psychology to enhance soldier resilience and combat effectiveness. Programs focus on building mental toughness, emotional regulation, and post-traumatic growth, rather than merely treating trauma symptoms. Beyond these major case studies, positive psychology has been successfully applied in healthcare settings to improve patient outcomes, in corporate environments to enhance employee engagement, and in therapeutic contexts to promote post-traumatic growth and meaning-making. These case studies demonstrate the versatility and effectiveness of positive psychology interventions across diverse populations and settings. The evidence consistently shows that focusing on human strengths and well-being produces measurable improvements in resilience, performance, and quality of life. Despite its widespread adoption and success, positive psychology faces several significant criticisms and challenges that researchers and practitioners must address. One major criticism is that positive psychology lacks adequate self-correction mechanisms. Critics argue that when research produces unexpected or negative results, these findings are often defended rather than thoroughly explored and integrated into the field's understanding. Another significant concern is cultural bias. Positive psychology's emphasis on individual happiness and personal achievement reflects North American individualistic values, potentially limiting its applicability across diverse cultural contexts that prioritize collective well-being. The validity of positive psychology assessment measures has also been questioned. Researchers debate whether current tools accurately measure complex constructs like happiness, well-being, and character strengths across different populations and contexts. Long-term sustainability of positive psychology interventions presents another challenge. While many interventions show immediate benefits, maintaining these positive effects over extended periods remains difficult, raising questions about their lasting impact. Ensuring equitable access to positive psychology interventions remains a significant challenge. Socioeconomic barriers, geographic limitations, and resource constraints prevent many individuals from benefiting from these evidence-based approaches to well-being. Finally, the increasing integration of technology in positive psychology interventions raises concerns about over-reliance on digital solutions. While technology can enhance accessibility, it may also reduce human connection and personalized care that are essential for meaningful well-being improvements. These criticisms and challenges highlight the need for continued refinement in positive psychology research and practice. Addressing these concerns will be crucial for the field's continued growth and effectiveness in promoting human well-being across diverse populations and contexts.